Okay, welcome along to this clip. We're going to look at the idea of how do we calculate market demand. Now, before we actually go any further, I want to make just a couple of points here, and that is the difference between demand and quantity demanded. When we talk about demand, we're talking about the entire curve, which is that line right along there. You can follow the dot there. That is the demand curve. So demand refers to all of that, but quantity demanded refers to one point on the graph. So it's the how much we want at a given price. So the quantity demanded at $7 is 1, and the quantity demanded at 5 is $2. So that's the difference between quantity demanded and demanded. Okay, so let's have a look at how we get from the individual demand curve and the market demand curve. Now you remember this one here. This is the same demand curve that we did last time when we went from marginal utility to demand. And so now what I want to do is take this curve and the demand for other individuals and get what we call a market demand, which is the demand for all consumers in that market. So let's add to this also, let's add a grid here so we can see things a little bit easier. And then we're going to add the demand for a second person. And you can see that at $7, this person would actually buy 2 cups of coffee. At $5, I'd buy 4. At $4 I'd buy 5, and at $1 they'd buy 6. So this person actually likes coffee, clearly likes coffee a lot more than myself, so they're prepared to buy a lot more at the same price. And let's add in a third person. Now this person doesn't particularly like coffee, so at $7 or even $5 they wouldn't buy any coffee, whereas at $4 they'd buy 1, and at $1 they'd buy 3. And we're going to assume that in this market these are the only consumers in the market, because remember, market demand is the demand of all consumers in the market. Now the question is, how do we get from there to the market demand? Well, what we do is at each price we add up the individual quantity demanded. So let's take $7. Okay, and the first one buy 0. Myself, I would have bought 1, and person number 2 would have bought 2 cups of coffee. So let's add those up. We got 0 plus 1 plus 2 equals, yep, you guessed it, 3. Okay, so then we're going to go, let's look at $5. Again, person number 3, let's just change that, that's actually person number 3, buys 0, so again 0 there. I would buy 2. Person number 2 buys 4. So 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then we just click here. Bang. There's our quantity demanded, market demanded. So again, we just keep going along and we add up the quantity demanded. So 1, 3, and 5. We add those up. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. And then the last one, we're going to do it at $1. I'm just going to draw a line across here, so let's go along here. So 3 plus 4 plus 6 gives us over here $13. Okay, 13 quantity demanded of 13 at the price of 1. So let's draw a line to join those all up. So there's our line. And that is indeed our market demand curve. Okay, so market demand, remember, is the sum of all individual demand curves, and we get it, so I'll just put that point down there, and we calculate it by adding up the quantity demanded at each price.